So the question is, you talk to a seller who calls and says they got an offer from you in the past. And you do the usual da-da-da-da-da-da, all right? And you get to the question of, well, have you come up with a target price? And what do they say?
You tell me.
You tell me. Thank you, Vito. Vito's participating in class. Jorgen, you got to talk more, okay? Okay. So she says, you tell me. Right? But you're the expert. You called me. You wrote me. You tell me. So at that moment, you still have conversations with her to see if you can get anything out of her. Then she basically says, fuck off. Just throw an offer at me. I'll let you know if you're high or low. Right? So then what do?
Well, you throw an offer at her.
Okay, so you got to get to an offer. Okay?
A range typically.
So do you go to your analyst and say, tell me how much it's fucking worth so I can go talk to people and play around? Or do you have the ability yourself to, so in the big shops, they'll throw it over to their analyst and say, you fucking tell me what it's worth. The salesman's like, now I got to go to lunch, play squash. Right? So fucking be done by the time I get back, okay, Jorgen? I want you working through fucking lunch because I got to get this out before I leave at 2 o'clock today to go home. So here we look at it ourselves, right? So we're trying to train you to evaluate every single piece of property that comes in, right? So we have this property, we have bought one in Bothell. So I do know a similar piece of property. I know what it's worth. I looked at the comps when I bought it a year ago. So I personally have a number, but I want you guys to go through the exercise. Okay? So how do you do it?
Well,
first you pull the information on the property. We see if we wrote her any past offers, which she said, you wrote me X in 2021. In a baseline conversation, you would say, well, do you think that's still the range? And if she won't answer, okay. Then she says, maybe I'm listing it. Then you say, oh, has your broker given you an opinion on what they think they'll list it at? If you keep getting fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, then they're playing poker in the sense that they want to see what you're going to offer first before they say a number. First person that says a number loses, right? Sometimes? Okay. That's how jargon negotiates. Yeah. Okay, so you figure it out, you go pull the tax records, you pull all the information of the property. She did tell me that it had a house on it, it had a dadu, and it had a storage facility. Right? Okay, she told me some rents, 1,600, 1,700, 0. She said also that it has enough land that she's confirmed with the city that you could short plat it into 3 legal lots. Okay? So then how do you determine the value of a hybrid? And a hybrid meaning it's not just a house. So this is where you have to think. So how do you do it, Robert?
I started off by looking at what the land is selling for, comparable lot sizes, things like that. Just the house itself, those are ranging between 5 and 550 for anywhere between 0.3 to 0.4 acres.
Single house for sale at 550.
no.
Just traded in May 12, 2023, 549, 768.
Off market deal?
So
Listed?
yeah, through the MLS.
No, there's a house for sale on the same street, 1.3.
Yeah, but what's the square footage of that house?
3,000. Old.
This one right now?
Yeah.
No, the one on this lot. Because I looked on county records and saying the size of this house is 670 square feet.
Oh, you're talking about a house of that size.
Right.
This one says 1720.
Oh, it is 70? The county has it at 670, so it must be talking about an ADU.
But that's right. So there's something going on there, right?
Okay, so the county has everything wonky. So
Okay.
based on, so now I have a valuation on the ADU.
Right, so you could run it as two. You could do this as an investment property. You could do it as keep the house and build 2 behind. You could keep this and build 1 behind. You could tear it all down and build 3 nice houses.
Right.
This is the hard part. What are you going to do, Jargon, besides eat Triscuits? You know, there's a participation meeting, so when you fucking keep shoveling crackers in your mouth,
How old is
it's
the
hard
main
to
house?
talk.
How old is the main house?
1930. Okay, so what you try and do quickly in this exercise, any evaluation first date, that's what you get, right? 15 minutes. You should have an egg timer, 15 minutes. You should come up with some opinion within 15 minutes. Robert and I will come up with an opinion in under 5 minutes for any property. Because if you go spend hours and you call her back and go, I've spent hours, I've drove the neighborhood, I've looked at this, I've done that. And she said, and you go, I think it's worth 700K. Then she may say, well, that's fucking ridiculous because I got 8 offers on the table for $1 million already. What do you smoke? What are you fucking smoking? Right? But you just invested 2-3 hours. So we find it's better to do 15 minutes, come up with a best guess, throw it on the table, put a cash out, put a deed of trust, and see if you can get some rapport. Okay. So the tough part is, how do you go evaluate land sales in that neighborhood? Because they're not land.
That's why I looked up, so I found,
So everybody's looking for the exact same thing we bought, which is a house here on a big lot that they can carve into 4.
so I found the perfect comp that I was gonna send you. 0.32 acre property that sold in 2021 for 1.09 million. It just got repurposed and redeveloped, has 2 new structures on it, multifamily, on a 13,000 square foot lot, and each one of the townhomes on there are going for 1.39. And it's 12 total townhomes.
Yeah, but that is a different zoning,
Right.
which makes it hard because,
But
think of, here, if we want to go back to Vito's land development video that we had before, if you want to reverse engineer it is, what is a new home going for in that neighborhood? And I can tell you, 2.5. Okay? Right, so let's even be conservative and say 2 million just for ease of conversation. What?
I'm not convinced.
You don't think they go for 2 million?
I'll have to check, but.
Brand new 4,000 square foot house in that neighborhood.
4,000?
Yeah.
Probably 4,000. You can fit 3,000-4,000.
Well, the lot size minimum is 7,200. And you can put 4,000 square foot house on it, which is what everybody wants. Because you all got fucking 8 kids out in the sticks and you want tractors and chickens.
So, question, $7,200, I mean, 7,200 square feet for the lot, that's minimum buildable? So is that like the zoning laws?
Right, so the single family zoning in this brothel is 7,200 minimum lot size. So everybody is looking for lots over 14,400 so they can build something behind the house or they can tear it down and build 2 houses.
Got it.
So the project we're doing in Bothell right now is 1 house with 3 lots. Okay? And our partner's gonna put a custom house that they want on one of the lots. We're gonna spec the others, okay? So everything, they're being done all over in that neighborhood. So Vito just said, oh, fuck you can't get 2 million. Okay, for ease of this conversation, we're gonna say 2 million finished value. So you have 6 million total value, right? So what could you pay for the land?
Well, by general rule of thumb would be 2, but that seems preposterous.
That's too much.
Way too much.
Right, right. So, you know, let's just do it simply, okay? Could you pay 25% for the land? That'd be 500K. So that'd be 1.5. It's getting up there, okay? Could we pay 400 for the land and instead deliver houses at 1.6? That might be more conservative.
Yeah.
Right? So now you're at 1.2. And this is just the rangefinder game.
Yeah.
Okay? So I want you to take 15 minutes, come up with each of your own opinion, without talking to each other, including you, Trisket. He's eating crackers. Be careful, your nickname will become Trisket.
Snack brigade back here.
1.3.
done.